Hey Rhino Nation! It's Sunday night. We kind of waited a little bit to get this recap done. You know, it's sleepy time. I get tired after being up all the time for to watch all the hits and see what's going on. I have Stef here with me. Stef, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Good.
How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. So we are trying to get this done before fun old CWL and all kinds of other stuff happening this week. So let's just get into it. This week it was Red Rhinos against Lanister Gold. I can't remember what their record is. Do you remember? What
no.
Yeah, they're ahead of us for sure on the record. But let's go ahead and check out what happened. We'll just skip right on over to the fun stuff. Hold on. And boo. This is bad. I mean, they only had 70. We had 68. It was, to be honest, an ugly war on both sides. What do you think, Steph?
Yeah, very ugly.
It was painful, and it's one of those things. I think for us that we have a couple things go wrong, and then everybody kind of falls right down the slide together. It's hard to get out of it, I think.
Yeah.
So we're now 2-4, pretty much out of the playoffs, I'm sure. So next week we're going to just shoot for getting a win. And trying to be the upsetters. So next week will be Optimus 7, and we'll still go standard breakdown, I think, is what we've already arranged.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens next week. But let's go ahead and check out some good hits. We did have a couple six-packers, so let's just go on over to the map, and I'll flip through a little bit. I don't know if you want to talk to anything at all, if you have any comments about stuff as I kind of flip through here. You have any parting words?
Well, I mean, what I have noticed is that ever since a lot of people have been doing hybrid,
right,
the 11v11 hit rate started to drop on a lot of leagues, actually.
Yeah.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to me, I don't feel great about the hybrid. I'd rather use minors. That's just me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times you feel like you should use hybrid all the time, but there's not always a base that's that's better for hybrid than minors, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of be careful with that. And of course, if you don't get your queen walk correct, you're completely screwed. So
yeah.
that's part of the problem that I end up seeing go awry, I think, on more hits than not. So yeah, I mean, I think we just need to concentrate on our plans and what is the safest attack to use, especially on a fresh hit, and we'll try to do that on this next one. So six-packers I didn't mention yet. We had two. One was Cat and Fairy on 11v11, so good job to you guys. Let's go ahead and check out. We're going to get two 11v11s. We'll do two 12s, and then we had a 13v13. So, we had to take some gambles at the end, which is why we ended up going 13v13. So let us check out the 11s first. Are you ready on number 15?
Yes.
All right, we got Mr. Monk 94 here on number 15, and we'll move the screen up a little bit here in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so, and hybrid, look at that. Speak of the devil, here we go. So he's going to do a hybrid. And this one, I don't know. What do you think about the hybrid as far as which types of bases to pick and which not to?
Well, so on bases that I like the hybrid, I like that I can get easy access to the Eagle, because that's basically the one painful thing when it comes to hybrid, because if it stays up the whole raid, it's just beating on your miners and hogs.
Yep. I think really both on the miners and hybrid, it's best if you can to get the Eagle, and that's exactly what he's doing here. He's got a nice funnel going, and you see that if his queen can handle that whole side there, then he has a straight lane on the other side. So
yes, exactly.
I definitely like this idea. It is a little bit scary sometimes when you're going right up against the queen, and you've got the CC that you're dealing with, and then a grounded Expo. And you see here comes a witch, lovely, which good for him for holding on to that poison. That was one thing that I was like, good for you, because I probably would have panicked when the baby dragon came out and not even realized that I, could have just taken her on my own. But that's some good thinking on his part. So good job. Yeah, I think also if your minors are it looks like they're gonna get hung up on something or maybe split weird, then you want to think about the hybrid. But you know, in this case, the hogs really aren't gonna split crazy because they're gonna go for outside defenses. At least not until maybe later on here in this part. So that's another thing to kind of consider. But you can see his hogs are going in. He's used the warden ability, which I like using the warden ability kind of early. You want to use it on as many troops as you can. So that's what he does. He uses it, and then he has to use another heal because they're going to get pounded here, and he wants to make sure that his max hogs get all the way through. I mean, that's a big piece. Now the one bonus, look at where he can put his heal. Wizard Tower, multi, bomb tower, wizard tower. That is humongo value for a heal right there. So that really helped him to be able to just march right all the way to the end, even though he has that Tesla farm at the end. It was really no big deal on this attack at all. He pretty much OP'd it. So good for him. I know he was getting a little frustrated, or several of us on 11v11 right now, but nice way. And he did this one early, so it was a nice way to start us off. So good job, Monk. Let's check out Fairy's hit, I believe, right? Who he's been doing very well. And again, another 6-packer here. So let's check out what he did. Oh, look at this little dragon. And I'm liking some people how they're doing the dragon attack with the clone. And that's what he does here. You don't see it very often. But here he goes with a little... is it going to do it? Is it going to clone? He's trying. There he went. Okay. I got a little bit worried there for a minute, even though I know he gets a 3-star. So yeah, he uses the, to basically trim out the base. And you don't always think about stuff like that, but I like the unique plan here with the blimp going in and cloning and taking out a fair amount of the base really over on the side. What did you think of this plan?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Like, how he used the E-Drag to kill the queen as well. I was like, oh, that's an interesting idea.
Right, yeah. I mean, and look at how much he did get down, and if you see what he had planned there for his royals. Now, this is the one thing that kind of surprised me, and I don't know why it did, but that he brought in those dragons right there. But then I thought, well, yeah, because he's trying to go right into the eagle, which is a little bit scary because of the sweepers. But you see that he kind of led with those couple dragons and then brought the rest of them behind and raged right through it, no problem. So that was really smart how he decided to do that. And look at his heroes are still up over on the other side. Yeah, so I mean, nice job on that opening. It's definitely not something that me looking at this base I would have thought of. But I like the idea. He's got a grounded expo there, so that helps on that backside. His queen is still up to get that last AD on that back too, which was huge. And you see he finally used his warden ability there at the bottom. Right here, it's looking pretty good because he still has quite a few dragons up. And yeah, what he's got, 5 dragons maybe? And his queen somehow with a sliver was still doing damage, so good job. And that one may have been an early one too. I know that one was a fresh hit, so it helps obviously when you can get a couple fresh hits right off the bat.
Yeah.
And again, this was a rough war. Both sides on the 11s struggled. It wasn't just our side. Both hit rates were pretty rough. So that's it for the 11s. Let's go ahead and just move it right on up to your hit, and I'll go ahead and let you talk to this one. I believe we had some couple different ideas on this one, but Tiz ultimately had hit this in one of our previous wars. Is that right?
Yeah. He's just like, okay, just use the Queen Wife Drags. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I did.
Yeah, so it was perfect. So let's go ahead and talk about what you did here on number 7 in 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, what Tate told me is he said, yeah, just queen walks from 3 to 6. I'm like, all right, that sounds nice. And he's like, king from 12 to 9.
Right.
However, my king didn't do that because I didn't funnel him enough. So he just kind of pulled the CC, but in the end, it didn't matter much because the drags were just going to straight target the town hall.
Yeah, even though it was against the sweeper. So I'm watching kind of here, and I heard him talk, about this plan a few times. He explained it to Will and kind of explained it to me before Will was on. It was one of those things. Poor guy had to explain it several times, but I see your king kind of went up there, which was okay because he did help to get your dragons through kind of that tough area there, to be honest.
Yeah, and he did get to 80, so that was
he did.
a good start.
Yeah, he really did. Oof, he had a lot of stuff go flying there. But yeah, when the toughest part of the attack here, when your drags are coming in and you have all grounded expos, that looks really juicy, doesn't it, when they go in there like that?
Yeah.
So here they are, nice warden ability. So even though the hound pops, the dragon's fire breath's going to take them down in no time. And your slammer's doing a nice job over on the corner, and it was really good timing because it kept everybody in the center. That's the other worry, is that, especially because your king didn't funnel that side very much, that, are they going to spread out and then, not have enough oomph to get down the gut here. But you can see you've got how many dragons left? A lot. 1, 2, 3.
7 drags, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot of dragons, and a little goblin that just went down and perished. You pretty much just were like, whatever, I don't even need him. Let's just send him in anyway. So yeah, it was a really nice attack, and that was a fresh hit, I believe, wasn't it?
No, the base was 1 star before.
Okay, I couldn't remember, but yeah, now that you say that, I remembered. So yeah, awesome. So yeah, that's another thing that we got to just, try to work on, is our communication at the beginning. Is, has anybody seen a base? Because that kind of stuff has happened a few times where, toward the end, all of a sudden somebody's like, hey, I've, hit that base before. Let's try this or whatever. So, but at least you were able to get in on that plan and get the hit in. So we'll go ahead and move up to number 6, and I'll go ahead and let you talk about this one again as well, because I think Arya had kind of mentioned to you what he was thinking. So let's check this out in 3, 2, 1.
So he was basically going to blimp that top IT there, and then he was going to try to super wall break into the lower wizard tower compartment with the Deidro and the gold mine, so he could get the eagle.
Okay.
Which is basically, that's all he really wanted to get, was the eagle and then that lower IT, and then and he was just going to hybrid it. So it was a pretty good plan, but it was really close on time. I will say that. Okay,
so now we're going to watch here, and the Yeti blimp gets. I mean, it does its job, right? She's trying to funnel. Yeah. So sometimes to me it is. Is it really worth that amount of space? That's what I think about sometimes, but. It is a good funnel here. He knows that then his queen is going to be kind of out of horrible fire to be able to take care of these ice golems, which that's the other thing, is when you're doing the blimp like that, normally you can pull the CC and then your queen isn't dealing with it under crazy fire. And really the funnel on the other side wasn't bad at all with Baby Dragon. So he does a nice job getting in here. And then you see he's got the king already working on the other side to help with that side of the funnel, so that he'll bring the other his other hybrid troops right up the middle. So there goes the eagle. Does he get him down? Yep, and then he starts right away. So, as far as being able to save time, right now I'm not seeing where he would have been able to too much.
No, yeah.
So it was just one of those, as far as being close on time, that maybe he didn't really have any adjustments to make at the beginning. But he goes in there, uses his warden ability. Nice, right on the town hall. That's good. That's one thing that scares me sometimes when people are, on 12v12s and they're getting the town hall way late and they have to hope that their warden makes it over there to save everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does get dicey here on the back end, doesn't it? I mean, there's giant bombs, there's spring traps, everybody's flying. Looks like he gets lucky with the healers, the fact that the queen died. Healers kind of get up on the rest of his troops there.
Mm-hmm.
And one miner stayed back and got that gold mine.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I was like, look at all the damage that the bombs overrake by where the warden is. There's 4 giant bombs and a bomb tower there.
I know. Yeah, look at all those little bomb marks. Right there. Yeah. That's scary.
It makes a smiley face, kind of.
It does make a little smiley face. Good point. Why not look at the bright side? Yeah, that was good. I mean, it was a nice plan. It was a good plan, but yeah, the fact that it was close, that would have been a bummer right off the bat to have that. Well, the skellies didn't help, did they? They kind of distracted some things, so that made it a little rough. But good job, Aria, on that one. So we had 2 12v12s. They actually did not end up with any 12v12. So again, it was a toughie. And so we're going to finish off with our 13v13 with Andy. He had a very nice attack, and this was one of those where we were like, okay, trying to calculate what our options are. Well, Andy, I guess you're going to have to go in and go for 13v13 because of some things that happened. So let's go ahead and check out this attack to finish us up on number 2. You ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay, Mr. Lalo himself. Here he goes. And, I mean, it's impressive. Again, we had to think of these. He did have some ideas on some plans. So he did look at the bases early and had some ideas. I think originally he liked 1 better, and then, when we were trying to figure it all out and who was going to up hit and all that, he did decide that he liked number 2 better. And this was a very, very nice hit, I have to say. Uses that Royal Champion at the beginning to help funnel, basically, his Sui. He's going to go in. It was close on getting the Town Hall. You see that the Queen kind of bounces back. He's holding on to his king as long as he can to tank so that the queen can make sure to get in there. Luckily, a hound comes out, and there she goes, the queen, just with, well, I guess she had more health than I thought. And when I watched it live, I was a little scared. But you see he comes in on that opposite side with his clone and the E-Drag. And he did this a couple wars ago on his 13v13 hit, where he basically shapes out like a diamond shape. That's how he explained it. In fact, I think he recapped the one that he did, this little diamond shape thing. And so as soon as I saw him do that, I was like, okay, here he goes. He's going to go for this diamond move. Because you see what happens when you do that is all of the loons go right together, and there is no way that they're not going to get the eagle. I mean, they're just going to all funnel right straight there. They're going to all kind of stay together. He hasn't even used his warden ability yet. You can see he's got 2 more spells. I mean, just completely wrecked this base.
Yes, he could have flagged his warden and those last 2 spells easily.
Yeah, he could have. I mean, it was very impressive. Now, right in here, I was wondering if he would be able to get through all of the storages, because watch what happens. The king is up, and everybody goes to the king, and you're like, what is going on? And I think even a couple balloons here in a second will go 2 speed. Kind of branch off onto some weird uncharted land, and you're like, just go over and get the last building. Yeah, see how they're like hopping over and trying to get the mint. I don't know, it's just like, what in the world?
Yeah, the witch skeleton. Yeah.
That's what it was, yeah, the skeleton. So really nice hit by him, so good job. And I think, is that his 2nd or 3rd 13v13?
I believe it's the 3rd one.
It might be his 3rd. He's had a great 13v13 hits, and some that have been very clutch right at the end. So nice job to you. So here we are. We are at 2-4. We definitely could be 4-2, just because of some things that happened throughout the season. But it is what it is. We're 2-4. We're still going to keep playing. We're still going to be competitive. We're still going to do our best. I'm looking forward to this next one against Optimus 7. Really good clan. So we've got to step our game up and, just keep planning, keep trying to do the best that we can on our plans and working together. You have any thoughts on what to prepare for this week?
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard opponent. They're pretty good.
Yep.
So if we get decent defenses, we just need to get pretty good offense as well.
Right, exactly. So, unfortunately we're doing CWL right now, so sometimes that makes people kind of get a little bit distracted because, you're just trying to get your hits in, but if we can maybe group off and get a couple of just little practices in, it would help us to prepare. So thank you very much, Stef. That's really our recap for this time. Fun as always. I still enjoy, talking to everybody on voice chat and just having a fun time, even if we lose. But it is nice to win, so we'll see if we get a good win this next week. So thanks for your help, and that is all for this time, Red Rhino Nation. We will see you next week. Peace.